pageants, if you go into a pageant game, and I know there are many of you here who have your eye on this, here's what you start small. You start like with Miss West Charlottesville Mall. And once you've conquered that, you move up to like Miss Southwestern Ohio. And then you get to, thank you, yes, Miss Ohio if you're really good. And so you scratch, kick, and claw your way up the pageant ladder. And the pageants are owned by people. And the two guys who own most of the pageants are these two guys from Texas named Guy and Rex. Are they here tonight? It's their anniversary cruise. They are the Siegfried and Roy of beauty pageants. Although none of the contestants ever mauled them. That we know of. Together they call themselves Guy Rex. And Guy Rex they find these girls in malls across the nation and they mold them into beauty pageant contestants and they teach them everything. They teach them poise and diction and makeup and hair, and they teach them everything. They teach them how to wave. They teach them light bulb, pearls. Light bulb, pearls. And all night in the hotel you hear them going, light bulb, pearls, because they're not rocket scientists. They all really want to grow up and be Mary Hart. Because you hear the stiletto heels clicking around as they're trying to balance themselves. And it's quite wonderful to watch this, because this activity as they train them. And I was sitting there with Dick Clark was actually hosting this pageant this time. And I was sitting with Dick Clark and we were watching Guy Rex put them to their paces, and Dick Clark says to me, you know, watching Guy Rex work with these girls is like being at the Kentucky Derby and watching a great trainer put his thoroughbreds through their paces. And I said, well, you know, Dick, but when you're at the Kentucky Derby and you're watching a trainer put his thoroughbred through his paces, you get the feeling that at one point or another, sometime in his life, he has actually been on a horse. If you can't get it next year, mark it in your calendar, Miss Universe, because I swear to you, it's 2 hours you will never forget if you watch nothing else on television. It is absolutely surreal. First of all, they do it in some place like, well, the first year I did it was Quito, Ecuador. Elevation 9,000 feet. Nobody can breathe. They can't, I mean, it's 48 of the 50 tits exploded. The work could not handle it. It was, oh my God, code blue, girl gowns. And of course, there are standards of beauty that are different all around the world now. For example, Miss American Samoa clocks in at 425 pounds. That is their concept of beauty, and she's barefoot, you know. And of course, and they make them wear native costumes, right? You know, so like the French girl has the Eiffel Tower on her head, and walk on a poodle, and all that. And Miss American Samoa is wearing a sarong, which until earlier that day was a bedspread on a king size. And she's got a basket of fruit on the head, and she's barefoot to the top of the staircase, and she can't breathe. And she's coming down the stairs like the Michelin shop. And the other girls are like, and then of course she tumbled, and oh, the humanity. And then of course, you know, out comes Hugh Jackman singing, I don't you Rio, because he's the guest star, and he's doing the Peter Allen songbook because he's in love with Peter Allen, and he's gotten more out of Peter Allen than Liza Minnelli ever got.